I told my mother this the other day, and she thought it was hilarious. I said, when I was 15 years old, my first girlfriend cheated on me.
Oh.
And I remember making a decision that nobody would ever cheat on me again. And the way I was going to do that is by being the biggest actor on earth.
Huh.
Right? So there's been this weird psychology that I've always felt like if my movies are number one, my life is going to work out great.
Huh.
You know? And like, oh, that's
Shut up.
Saying weird things when you're nervous is pretty common, but Jillian Bell, she took it to a whole new level of awkwardness.
One celebrity that just, you went on overload, like that was your big
I lost
celebrity.
my mind one time, and it is the most embarrassing story ever. I was obsessed with NSYNC when I was 17, and all of a sudden walks in Justin Timberlake. This was my reaction. He walks in and I went, and I just stared at the ground. And so now Kristen and Justin are having a conversation, friendly banter. So this is when I'm like, pipe in.
Say something.
Say anything. And so they're just like, look at that butt. And I look up and I go, yeah, put a penis in that butt.
And speaking of things which are long and hard, this conversation between Professor X and Wolverine never made the final cut of X-Men.
As you do, we were talking about stuff, and I just happened to mention, and of course, being circumcised, I said, she said, you're not circumcised. I said, that's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised. Of course I am. End of conversation. But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor. While he was down there, he goes, not.
You're gonna have to change your Facebook status now.
Yes. No more beef stew.
I like taking a shit before I go in the shower, but there's some days the system don't work according to your fucking pussy schedule. So you wash and then you come out. Some days I was taking a shower and as soon as the water would hit my back, I'd have to take a shit. It's a horrible feeling. So for a while there, I was just saying, let me just shit while I'm taking a shower.
So you would just
I would unscrew,
scoop it out?
No, I would either unscrew that thing. Sometimes I'd pick it up with my hand, just throw it right in.
No! Joe, stop!
That's how disgusting I am.
Curiosity killed the cat, and while Adam Sandler survived, his dignity definitely didn't. Before we get to the next clip, I'm curious to know, which part of the world are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's get back to it.
So we play basketball. We got to get back to the movie set. Shaq has to take a shower. Like in my head, I'm like, I got to see Shaq's. I'm walking backwards, doing my routine, getting closer to the shower, and then I turn around and I go, all right, I'm going to see Shaq's thing right now. His bodyguard is there. And his bodyguard is just so strong and big and like this thick neck. So I said, sorry. I see Shaq later on the set, and I was like, I guarantee that guy ratted me out. So I said, Shaq, sorry about that before with your security guard. And he goes, I don't got a security guard, that was my dick.
Boys never really grow up, do they? Turns out Gino's story is all the evidence you need.
I had to sleep with Gordon in these caravan beds. But you know, we used to get naked in the caravan. And Gordon has had this thing in the morning to wake me up. No, seriously, he used to wake me up, and he actually admitted he used to wake me up. He used to bash his willy on my foot.
Did he?
Yes,
to wake you up?
Every morning it was like, poop, poop, wakey, wakey. I was like, are you for real every morning?
Never have I ever sexted. Martha, you've sexted? Do you know what that is?
I have used technology for a lot longer than you have, Ellen.
Oh, all right.
We all have bathroom incidents from time to time, but what happened to Greg Davies? It's best if I just show you.
When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then the next day, I went into school. I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought, something's not right, you know? So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you f***ing loser. And I went back into the classroom, and I saw one of the hearing impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly.
Confidence is great until it's completely misplaced, and Matthew McConaughey learned that in the most public way imaginable.
I said, I'm not going to read this script, Scorpion Spring. I'm not even going to read the scene. Cut to, I'm on the set of Scorpion Spring, I'm about to shoot that scene. I grab the sides, I'm on my mark, we're about to say action, I have a peek. 1 page, 2 pages, 3 page, 4 page. Monologue. My guy. In Spanish. And I remember saying to no one in particular, can I get 12 minutes? Thinking that 12 minutes was not long enough to be an inconvenience to the crew, but maybe long enough to go learn a 4-page monologue in Spanish, because, hey, I took a semester of Spanish in the 11th grade. Well, it was not long enough to learn 4 pages in Spanish, and I went back and did the scene. I've never watched it. I'm too embarrassed to, but I learned that day, you've got to prepare to have your freedom.
We were in Europe for a honeymoon, and one of the parts of the trip was to go from Switzerland to Italy, and instead of going over the Alps, they said, take the train, and we're going to be in a car. And the travel agent said, by the way, the 3rd tunnel is 50 minutes long. I said, capiche. All of a sudden, within a short period of time, I start seeing the features of my beautiful wife's face. And I'm thinking my eyes are getting acclimated to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ahead of me, aren't you? Within seconds, wham, we're out in broad daylight. And my gorgeous wife says to me, those 3 words you always want to hear. Get off me.
Not all jokes work out as planned, and boy did Ryan Reynolds learn that lesson in a way he'll never forget.
My dad took, hundreds of thousands of photos, but not of us. He would take about 100,000 photos, and then at night he would get online on the dial-up and email them to everybody, and you'd have, and I'm not joking here, you'd have like 400 or 500 pictures of a blurry meatloaf. And in the middle of the dinner once, I grabbed the camera and I went in the bathroom and I just took a picture of my penis. Yeah. So I think there's one day, I hope it doesn't happen, but there's a penis picture of mine floating around somewhere.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
We found it.
Single and ready to mingle, Jennifer Lawrence definitely was, but Seth Meyers, not exactly.
I had a really big crush on you.
Real? Okay.
Yes. And so I had this whole plan, like all week, I was like, he's gonna ask me out. He's totally gonna ask me out. No. And then like later in the week, I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him out. I mean, he said like, surely, because I created the romance in my head because I'm delusional.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm doing it. And so I'm getting a costume fitting, and I had this whole plan. I was gonna ask you out, and I was like, and I started, thank God, I talked to the wardrobe lady about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna ask Seth Meyers out. I'm gonna give him my number. And she was like, honey, he's engaged. I was like, cool, good talk.
But where most people get embarrassed, others have zero shame, and Joey Diaz is definitely the latter.
I was telling you guys that one time my freshman year, I didn't take a for a week and a half. And on the way home, we got on the bus. And while we were waiting there, my stomach started hurting. And I blew this fart, Joe Rogan. That was so bad. People started running to the windows, right? To swing down the bus windows. But here's what gets better. I farted again. And the teachers were going, oh my God, he's changing flavors. But the worst thing was, the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
Wait a minute, he's changing flavors.
One of the teachers yelled out, oh my God, he's changing flavors. That's how bad these farts were.
Sometimes we're embarrassed for other people, and Chris DiStefano's father is the perfect example why.
He's the definition of a guy, my father, who doesn't give a f. I remember one time
I was in a pizzeria with him, and I saw Steven Tyler, you know, from Aerosmith. Saw him, and everybody was like, oh, you know, that's him. And my dad was like, I know who that guy is. And I was like, yeah, everybody does. He goes, yeah, guy. He goes, I gotta say something to him. I was like, Dad, please don't say anything to him. Please don't say anything to him. He goes, I gotta say something to him, Chris. He's napkin blotting the oil off his pizza. He can't do it. I was like, Dad, don't do it. He goes, I'm doing it. And he walks up to me, he goes, yo, Bon Jovi. Don't napkin block the oil off your pizza, you loser. And he was like, I'm Steven Tyler. He goes, you suck. And just walked away. He goes, who's that piano man? I was like,
I remember I did a movie, Matthew McConaughey, called Failure to Launch. And this woman came up and she said, oh my God, can I have your autograph? And I was really excited. I thought, oh yes, absolutely. And I write down, and she's going, oh no, just put Matthew McConaughey. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not Matthew McConaughey. Oh, I know you're not Matthew McConaughey, but you work with him, that's enough, thank you very much. And you know what? I signed it.
Everyone's got that friend who can't handle their alcohol. For Russell Crowe, it's Ed Sheeran, but at least he taught him a handy trick.
And so I said to him, look, this is what I've been doing lately, you know. Here's the jug, full to the top with ice. Take your bottle of Silver Patron and empty the entire contents over the ice. And now you wait. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, just wait. You gotta give it like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of passion fruit on top, right? Stir it around, right? Then I take that mixture, pour it over fresh ice, right? Yeah. And a little touch of water.
The plan seems foolproof, right? Well, not for everyone, it seems.
No, I saw him in London recently, you know? And he's like, man, you got me so, like, in so much trouble. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you know, I went to New York, right? And I had to have this dinner with this Rolling Stone guy, this journalist, you know? And he said, so what, you know, what would you like to drink? And he goes, I'll show you. I'm pouring the tequila, right? The same amount, you know, as you poured, right? And putting the passion fruit on top, and he's drinking it straight. So he's having 4 or 5 ounces of tequila per glass.
No!
So he thinks, you know, he's had a normal night. He wakes up the next morning, speaks to his security bloke, Kev, you know, good man.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, last night was pretty good. I feel a bit rough and everything. Kev was like stony-faced. Last night was all right, was it? And he goes, yeah, wasn't it? He goes, you took your shoes off. In the middle of we're in Manhattan, in one of those fancy restaurants, and you've taken your shoes and socks off. What's going on with that? And everybody's looking at you. And then you lick that woman's face.
You're kidding me.
And Ed's like, I did what? And he's
You're
like,
kidding me.
for the first time in his life, he's experienced like this 3-hour blackout.
Gordon, you eat a lot of bad food. When's the last time you shit your pants? You are a successful, you are a Michelin star chef. You are one of the greatest exports Britain's ever had. You are married. You have 4 beautiful children. When was the last time you shit your pants? Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it.
Making stupid bets with friends is universal, but following through on them, Ashton Kutcher discovered why that's usually a terrible idea.
And so I make a bet with my buddy. I'm probably 17 years old. I say to him, I'll bet you $1,000 that someday I will go on a date with Jennifer Aniston. And so I went to Brad Pitt and I asked him permission to ask his wife out on a date. I said, listen, I made this bet with my buddy. You're a cool guy. You're gonna let this go down, right? And he looks at me, he's like, you go for it. And I'm like, you're the coolest guy I've ever met in my life, right? And so I asked her, and she turned me down.
I just love the scale of your fantasies. Jennifer Aniston.
I'm not making this as reality, not fantasy.
I know, it was reality that I wanted to ask Janet Ellis from Blue Peter out. Never happened.
I like to audition, and I'll tell you why. You know how I Met Your Mother?
I didn't even know you did it.
Yeah, if you watch the episode, you're like, Joey, you're an extra. You know why? Because I went into the audition, I had no underwear on. And she goes, get up to read. When I got up to read
Pants
from the
came
scene,
down.
the thing got caught in the hole in my pants and my came out. All 3 women sat there and I go, did you see the egg roll? And then I lost them for sure. They even told me, they go, you got the job. As I was walking down the street on Fox, my phone rang. My agent goes, go back, you didn't even read. I didn't even read, and they called my agent and said, we love this guy.
Never have I ever been in handcuffs.
What?
Anna? Like
In a movie?
no?
No.
Being arrested?
That wasn't the question.
You have a Prince story where you once threw up at his house? And does this sound familiar at all?
He does a party sometimes at the Golden Globes. So I went out and I got a little bit too happy, and I ended up somehow being back at this, you know, kind of like historic after party that Prince used to throw, and I was very joyful. I was in line to the bathroom just in front of Penelope Cruz and Selma Hayek, and I was just so full of myself and anxiety, joy,
nerves,
and alcohol, and I ended up, you know, praying to the porcelain god for about 5 minutes, and then I came out of the bathroom and just so ashamed walked past two of the most beautiful women in the world, knowing that they were about to go and pee.
Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below which celebrity story you enjoyed the most.